Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello. How is everybody? Let's catch up for a little chat. Sorry to keep you all waiting. What a time for the internet to just cut out just before you're about to go live. How embarrassing. I'm really sorry to keep you all waiting. How are we all? How's the rumour mill going today with the so-called Harry's filing for divorce? Do we believe it? I certainly don't. But then again, I could be wrong. Like I keep saying, I could be wrong. It could be just another puff piece that's put out there to gain some sympathy for them. What do you guys think? I certainly think that it's just being put out there for more rumours. I mean, if they get divorced, nobody wishes that upon anybody, of course, but if they get divorced, I'm pretty sure that Meghan Markle's going to blame the royal family. She'll put out there that the royal family, it's all their fault. Harry missed his family too much, missed his royal life too much, and wants to go back. Wouldn't it be just Meghan's style to blame the royal family, or the pressure of everybody always talking about her? I mean, of course she's going to blame social media and YouTube people, etc., that she was probably bullied into making this decision, even though it's probably Harry's decision. It's kind of interesting, isn't it, that they keep coming up with all these rumours. One day they're buying a house, next minute they're moving, next minute they're not moving. It's kind of bizarre. Now, someone said in the comments that they're saying that King Charles has paid for his visa again, his diplomatic passport. I don't know about that. I mean, who's the one that keeps renewing it all the time? I know the Queen was meant to have renewed it once, I believe, if not twice, but I'm not quite sure about that one. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know if King Charles would, but then again, it's his son. We have to always remember that at the end of the day, it's his son. He's going to love his child regardless of what he's been up to. He's going to, stick up for him, I suppose, and love him and try and help him here and there. But I don't know if he'd help him too much if it comes to money. Now, the surrogacy thing, if they do get divorced, there has to be some actual proof of those children belonging in the line of succession. Is that correct? Is that the way it's going to be? Like, they're going to have some kind of proof. I believe, this is just my opinion, I believe that Harry will take those children back to the UK. Could you imagine Meghan, though? She will be putting out all kinds of stories. She'll probably be putting out that she got emotionally abused, physically abused, didn't give her money. All the stories will come out thick and fast. She's been saying that she's going to be writing a book for a very long time. What is she waiting for? How many more lies does she want to enter into this book? Like, what is she waiting for? And I know people say they're not going to read the book or buy the book. Of course people are going to buy it because they're going to want to know what's in there. Just like Harry's book, Spare. I didn't want to buy it, but I wanted to know what was in there. It was a crappy story. It was just like a big wah-wah session of him whinging and complaining and carrying on. But people bought it. He made money off it. I mean, he was putting it on planes, wasn't he? It was everywhere in the airport. It was everywhere you could look. There was his book. He was even giving it away at some point, which is kind of interesting too. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you really believe that this is the case, that there is a pending divorce happening, a separation, or is it just a whole lot of crap because the elections are on in the United States? Do you think it's just a little bit of a diversion so they don't get come unstuck with their being nosy in the election and probably doing something a little bit dodgy in that area, because they should really keep their noses out of where it's not wanted. And I suspect the elections is something that they should keep their noses out of. That is going to be an interesting outcome, these American elections. Let's hope there's no dodgy ballot papers being counted a little bit different, if you know what I mean, because these politicians like to play with these things, don't they? Very interesting indeed. Where are we all from? Let me know in the comments where you're all from. There's some Aussies. Hello. Northampton. Hello from Northampton. I think Meghan and Ginger Pubes are desperate. Her more than him. If they split, it'll be the ugliest and most entertaining divorce in history. That is so true. Can you imagine the stories that are going to come out? Like, she is going to be so angry, especially if it's him filing. Because if it was her, because she's a narcissistic person, in my opinion, she would have the upper hand. It would be her decision, and she would be this powerful woman that made the decision to get out of the marriage. But if it comes from him, I believe she's going to be really, really nasty, and she's going to throw everything at them. Someone said in the comments as well that the royal family won't put out a statement. Well, in my opinion, I think the best thing for them to do, and that they probably will do it, who knows, we'll have to wait and see, to get the upper hand, they could probably put out a little statement about it, so she doesn't come out with all these puff pieces of, we're separated, we're having a trial separation, etc., etc. Hi, UK, how are you? It must be early morning there. I didn't know how to time this live, because obviously being in Australia, all the time differences are a bit crazy, but I thought I'd catch the UK morning time. I do know it's morning there. I have some family over there, so I normally, if I'm going to call, I normally call around this time of night. But yeah, she's going to be exceptionally nasty. I just don't think she will, sit in the background and say nothing. She will come out with so much crap. What about this article about her putting out that she's missing Harry and wants him to come home? Has she not heard of a phone? What is she trying to do? She's trying to be like her father now, going to the media to say, Harry, please call home. The kids are missing you. We're missing you. Come home. She just makes herself look so foolish time and time again. It's like, when is she ever going to learn that you can't be playing these stupid games? And if she thinks people are not going to read between the lines and see what she's up to, it's just, I don't know, it's absolutely crazy the way this woman thinks. Anyone would think that she was not educated at all, but apparently she had a good education. They could be trying to overshadow King Charles' Aussie trip. They could be as well. I mean, if you had seen the crowds here, particularly in Sydney, even in Canberra, but in Sydney, oh my God, it was amazing. Like, the crowd roared. There was so much respect for them. And King Charles and Queen Camilla, they just look so happy and vibrant, and, with their sunglasses on, they look really cool. They really have a strong love between them, the way they kind of look at each other, and he assists her, holding her arm up and holding her shoes in that photo that I posted. I thought that was kind of cute. It's really nice to see them really in love. I like to see that. And it's interesting too, I don't know if you've gone back in history, but whoever has been on the throne, they've had solid marriages. They've had really good marriages, and we can see that with the next king. Hopefully that's not going to be for a very long time, because I want King Charles to be on the throne for a long time. He deserves it. I think he's a lovely person, but that's just my opinion. But the next one, Prince William, their marriage is solid as well, and the late Queen and Prince Philip, they had a wonderful marriage. I heard the King revoked it. Revoked what? Duchess Leisha? Is it Leisha? Hi, Queensland. Queensland. We love a bit of Queensland. Good morning from London. Hello, Avid Gardener. It comes to something when a wife has to put out an address in the paper to get their husband to call. That is so true. Oh my God, your last video, I literally laughed, avid gardener. Back to being a yacht girl. Well, she could be a yacht madam. Oopsie, shouldn't have said that, should I? Your video was amazing. I loved it. Yeah, imagine that, having to put out an ad out in the tabloids. Harry, please come home. What, she hasn't got his phone number? Please. This woman is absolutely batty. And her surrogacy crap, her pregnancy, I don't care what anyone says. She did, well, in my opinion, I've got to be careful what I say, don't I? But I just don't believe that she carried those children. I just really don't. And I heard a whisper. I wonder if I should say it or not. I heard a whisper that there is some kind of, how do I say it, proof maybe out there that possibly she didn't carry them. I mean, how do I put this? I mean, she could have worn baby bumps as protection. I've heard that rumor as well, that she could have worn those baby bumps so to be stab proof or bulletproof or whatever they could be. She could have done that, but no, I beg to differ. I really, really beg to differ. Face on milk cartons. Yeah, that's the next thing you'll see is Harry's face all over these milk cartons and juice containers. Have you seen my husband? Please send Harry home. Oh, gosh, she's so freaking desperate, isn't she? I just don't know how desperate this woman is. Like, imagine landing that position in the royal family and then screwing up so badly. Like, she really is popular, isn't she? For the wrong reasons. I mean, it is really concerning for those children, though. Imagine just their mental health with all this rubbish. Does she not think about those children's mental health? Like, they're going to see all this, whether they separate or not. I keep saying they're not separated, but I think I might be wrong on that. I may be proven wrong, I should say. But I truly believe he's filed for divorce. You have been calling it for a long time, Avid. Fiona, sorry. You have been calling it for a long time that they are separating. I think it was about 11 months ago, maybe you had really honed in on the fact that they are going their separate ways. Well, you know what is kind of interesting about that? The 5-year silencing of the media is coming up. I believe that's November or December. And also that documentary, the German documentary, is meant to come out in December. So is he trying to quickly get out of it before the shit really does hit the fan and everything explodes in her face, as in all new stuff, etc.? She's right, the boat looks amazing. Yeah, Avid's boat looks killer, to be honest. My husband wants a boat. He's always wanted a boat, and when I watch those Avid's videos, he's like, well, I could do that. And I'm like, oh God, we've got nowhere to put a boat. We'd have to put it down the harbour. Obviously, you can't put it in the backyard. Was the Colombian tour the final straw for Henry? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that all these stories keep coming out, and quite possibly that's why they want to shut down YouTubers, because they're the ones that all of them are being very vocal about them. And, they can silence the media. They can't really silence YouTubers. Maybe he has put two and two together finally and thought, well, this is a bit dodgy. And, if they do separate, then that gets him out of actually admitting about the children, because it'll have to come out. It's going to be a big fat mess, like a bigger mess than they've created now. I know lots of people think that they are separating. I don't know. I'm sitting on the fence. Or rather, the palace drew up the papers and he signed them as part of the deal to bail him out. Yeah, I believe that. I could believe that, Fiona. Maybe they did because things are really heating up. I mean, if there is that piece of evidence, the little whisper I got that there is some piece of evidence that the journalists have of actual proof about children, well, maybe it is his get out of jail card and he knows that it's time for him to pull the pin and come clean. I mean, what other choice does he have? He cannot keep silent about this forever. He can't. It's kind of impossible to do. I know they say to keep silent and not address rumours, but I just don't believe that those children came from Meghan's body, unfortunately. And until they prove everybody otherwise, I'm still not going to believe it, like millions of other people. Because if they did, they would have jumped up and down by now and have said something. And the mainstream media has kept really quiet about it. Even when she was pregnant, there wasn't that many articles out there about her pregnancy and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think they've had their mouths taped a little bit for a while, but that could be coming to an end. And that's possibly why he's gone a bit MIA. Someone said to me today, maybe he's hiding because he's having hair transplants done. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I just don't think that those children, I keep going back to that. I know I keep going back to that, but there is whispers that there is actual video footage and photographs of when they were here in Australia that someone in the mainstream media has them. And who knows what's going on behind the scenes and when that will come out, if it will come out. Maybe that's why Harry has decided to disappear a little bit, apart from his little surfing gig there. That was kind of interesting. A few of the YouTubers pulled them apart. That surfing clip pulled that apart as fake, which that did actually look really fake. Oh dear. How's your head, Fiona? What's wrong with your head, Fiona? Did we get on the terps? Next she will have a face on milk bottles. That's so funny. Have you seen Harry anywhere? Please, Harry, come home. She also had that other... Actually, there was a piece in their local newspaper where they live there in California. Is it Southern California? There was an article in their local paper of whispers of them separating as well. So it could be true. I just want to know about the children, to be honest. I mean, if they stay together forever, for me, it would be, who cares? They deserve each other. Disrespectful, the pair of them. Yeah, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's local newspaper reports on gossip that they are going their separate ways. So who knows what the neighbours are looking at, if they are keeping spies on. I wonder if Oprah's got a little camera out there looking, her little binoculars, and Ellen DeGeneres. It's kind of funny, really. Colombia. Yeah, so the whisper that I heard about a newspaper overseas that has this proof, it's kind of interesting when that will drop. I don't know. I think it might be next month. Possibly next month. Who knows? Who knows with these kind of rumours? Sometimes rumours are true, aren't they? What do they say? Between a conspiracy theory and a rumour, it's only about a month or so. Oh dear. Do you really think they'd separate while the King and Queen are on holiday? so they don't have to be in the limelight. Of course, people are going to ask them while they're around, reporters. I wonder what King Charles would say. Who believes they will divorce? I just don't believe that they'll divorce. I really don't. Unless Harry's really suffering, and it's really sad if he is suffering a lot of mental health issues, but a lot of them he's caused himself, in my opinion, because he should have actually pulled her up on being such a cow to his family and being so rude to the Queen and Prince Philip. So most of the trouble he's caused himself. But if he has got those mental health issues and he's decided to call it quits, well, good on him. Maybe he's in drug rehab. Who knows? They could have been feeding him drugs this whole time. Interesting that Doria is kind of disappeared, flying under the radar. I wonder if she's got an extra $6 million in the bank account. Doria, she's another one, isn't she? I've had 2 children. There's no way she was ever pregnant. Yeah, there's just, seriously, even if she was extremely fit, I am good friends here with a really well-known fitness instructor, and she was pregnant not long ago, and she couldn't even bend down like Meghan did, and she's really, really fit, like she's lean as anything, exceptionally fit. She could not do what Meghan done. So how did Meghan do it with the big belly? When you're pregnant, especially when you're 8 and 9 months pregnant, you can't even, anything past your belly you don't see, and you can't even bend down a little bit to pick something up off the floor. She's crazy to think that she could have fooled the world like that. Absolutely crazy. How did she think she was going to get away with it? I mean, she's not on a movie show. She's absolutely absurd. I honestly can't wait till all this comes out. I don't think it will, in my opinion, obviously a lot of people are not going to be happy with the royal family because they'll blame the royal family that they must have known, etc. Which I think myself that they didn't know to the last minute, and that's why I think that the Queen escorted them out of the UK, and that's why I think that Meghan will never go back to the UK, even though she was in Heathrow Airport there. That's why I believe she's not going back, because I believe she was escorted out. I think the Queen was absolutely disgusted with her. That's just my opinion. That's what it looked like to me. And of course, she's going to blame the royal family for all this and call them racist, that it's all their fault. What a whole lot of baloney. But yeah, I can't wait till it all comes out, because then she can actually be held accountable for her wrongdoings. I mean, who cares if she had to use a surrogate mother? Who cares? A lot of people bring children into the world in different ways to start a family. She should have just been upfront about it. She would have been very popular. But no, she had to do things on the sly and think she can get away with it. But I do feel she did that for this reason, for this separation. So then she's got more to go on. Because if you think about it, if it wasn't true, she would have nothing to go on. These children are held as, unfortunately, as a weapon for this. If there is a divorce, this is where she's going to use them. This is where she will say that if she did or didn't give birth to him, and she'll blame the royal family. This will be her trying to bring down the monarchy. Monarchy? Why did I say that? That was a silly way of saying it. This will be her secret weapon in her mind, because it's no secret. Everybody's seen things with their own eyes. How did mainstream media not see the way she conducted herself while she was pregnant? Were they blind? What, didn't they have their cameras on? It's a whole lot of crap. I'm sorry, it's a whole lot of crap. It's the biggest fraud in history. It's the biggest whole lot of baloney. I feel sorry for those children, because they shouldn't have been used as collateral damage, I suppose. It's just sad. Why do that to a child or children? Why bring them in the world if you're going to use them like this? It's pretty sad. I mean, for her, it'd be easier if she did give birth to him. But at her age, and there's a lot of discrepancy about her age too, isn't there? Some say she is 43, some say she's 47. I don't know. Her neck is getting quite wrinkly, and as we know, as ladies, as we get older, our necks start getting wrinkly before our faces. So she is showing her age. It's not a bad thing. I'm not putting her down or anything. It's not a bad thing, but I really think Harry's in the UK. Question is, where are the kids? Yes. I wonder if the kids are in the UK. Are they getting DNA tested as we speak? I'm just kidding. I am just joking. It'd be good if they were. It would be really good if they were. Like, how embarrassing. Imagine this in 100 years in the history books. So embarrassing. Yeah, I don't believe they'll divorce. Not at all. But I could be wrong, and Fiona could be very right, because like I said, she's been calling it for a very long time. She can see through the bullshit between the pair of them. Oh dear. Interesting, isn't it? Hi from Adelaide. Good old Adelaide. How lovely was it to see Queen Camilla walking up the steps with no shoes on and King Charles holding her shoes? How totally romantic is that? It was a bit warm. Her feet probably were a bit sore walking in the heat. That day was pretty warm, which is interesting because it poured when Meghan and Harry was here. Even the weather didn't like them. That's the other thing. Apparently there was some news reports coming out here, from here, saying that Australia's going to welcome back Meghan and Harry with open arms. What a whole lot of bullshit. I mean, I'm not talking for the whole of Australia, of course, but there's a lot of people that don't like them and don't want them here. So more bullshit puff pieces, because the King and Queen were here and they have to put out a puff piece like that they are welcome here with open arms. That's a whole lot of crap. She was so disrespectful when she was here, like really disrespectful. I was in Sydney when they were here. She was overheard saying that it was kind of a joke that everyone was there. Why are all these people here? What do you think, you numbnut? People go to see the royals. It's celebrities, royalty. They want to be there. They want to experience the moment. They want to soak it all in. And there's nothing better, actually, when you experience it. It's just a great atmosphere. If you've ever been in the UK when there's something happening with the royal family, it's such a good atmosphere. People are happy and upbeat and loving life. Like, she has got no idea. I just don't know. He just married his stalker. Has Harry, what was that one? Has Harry been arrested for being Trevor Colt's stalker? Poor Trevor Colt. I feel so sorry for him. He just seems like a genuine nice guy, and then you got Harry being an ass to him. Bullshit big time. That's from Paula. Forget it. Huh? No idea what that means. Megsy will always consider those kids as her property. It will be ugly. That is extremely sad, isn't it? Using the children. Like I said, that's who I feel for, is those children. When I worked with dogs, which is Child Protective Services, you see how the children are used and they're pulled from pillar to post. It's just so sad. But this is even sadder because it's on the world stage. And all the stories out there, like, how could she do that to a child? I don't understand that. And she has the nerve to go on stage and talk, as a mother. Well, as a mother, you wouldn't be doing this to them. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand that part of it. I feel really sad for those children. I'm not saying they're not loved and taken care of. I'm not saying that at all. It's the emotional bullshit games that they have played. The minute this so-called discrepancy of these children came about, whether it was from, well, we know it wasn't from mainstream media, whether it was from social media, YouTube, etc., they should have addressed it and done it properly and squashed the rumours to protect the mental health of those children. That is the main thing. Yes, where is Thomas Markle Jr.? Hope all was well. No idea. Haven't spoken to him for weeks. The whole infighting with the Mexican community is ridiculous at the moment. Oh, don't even go there. I mean, that scenario there to me is a little bit like watching Oprah Winfrey at the moment. It's like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a bit of abuse, you get a bit of abuse. That one's next. This one, just don't worry about it. I mean, reporting on Harry and Meghan and talking about them is the goal, isn't it? I mean, yeah, let's not go there. Gotta go, folks. My wood has been delivered. Take care, lovelies. Bye, Abbott. Oh, your wood for your boat, your piece of wood. Wow, alive, yay. Hello, Disco 1000. Good day. Good day, Fiona. Good day, all. Hello. Tom Jr. is better off out of all the bitchiness on YouTube. Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't spoken to him for weeks and weeks. I don't even think he would be even concerned about it. Wonder which tattoo old Harold got. That's interesting, isn't it? That tattoo thing. Maybe he got divorced, tattooed on himself. Probably a photo of his children. In an hour. Nah, that wouldn't happen. That would take all day, if not longer. I know what you mean. If Harry doesn't do something to protect the kids from the effect she has on them before they get to around 9 or 10 years old, they could end up as narcissists too from the trauma. That is absolutely correct, and that's what concerns me. That should be everybody's concern. Who cares about them too? I mean, I know we talk about them and they give us enough material to talk about, but it's those children. They're innocent children. They shouldn't be messing with them like that. They are going to, hopefully they don't grow up with, psychological issues. But given the circumstances, the chances of them not growing up with psychological issues are quite slim. How could they do that to them? It's really, really disgusting that two adults could not, for the sake of two innocent children, just behave themselves and act accordingly. Like, it's just so wrong. But that's just my opinion. If Trump wins, he has said that he'll be looking into Harry's visa. God, I hope so. I mean, I'm not into American politics. I just don't understand them, I suppose. But yeah, hopefully he does win, and hopefully he does do something about it. Hopefully he doesn't back down on it. I don't think he would. Hopefully he won't anyway. But there's some tapes meant to be coming out too, the Diddy tapes. That will be quite interesting because he's going to talk, isn't he? He's going to be throwing lots of people under the bus, which I suppose that lessens his sentence, doesn't it? They have those poor kids locked up in the mansion. Sad. Yeah, it is sad. It is really sad. Like, they don't see no family. God knows if they've got any friends. Obviously, Archie doesn't go to school because there's no photos of him. There's no talk about him going to school. So he's not even getting that social connection with other children. Like, what is that? They're not prisoners. They're children. They need to live normal lives. Narcissists don't really care about their kids. Harry's a narcissistic, but an empath who doesn't care. So hopefully he'll be with the kids, saving grace, so to speak. Yeah, I feel that. I don't know. Hopefully Harry does take the children because he is a little bit empathetic. An empath. Empathetic. Goodness gracious, twisting my words. He has got a bit more compassion. Well, he used to anyway. God knows what he's like now, but he always wanted to be a dad. Like, why isn't he not just enjoying his children and protecting them from this nastiness of all speculation of how they came about? Like, he should have squashed it straight away. Done an interview, put out some proof, whatever, squashed it, bang, done. These are our children, etc. This is how they were born. This is their true birth certificates, not the birth certificate that got changed at the timeline when, you know, you can change a name if he was a surrogate child. That timeline fits in when the birth certificate got changed, or when they get parental orders. He should have just squashed it all, not give more speculation, put more speculation out there. Like, seriously. If they do divorce, she'll be one nasty woman about it. Yes, she will. And can you imagine the stories that are going to come out? Like, we can see how nasty she is when people are nice to her, like staff are nice to her, etc. The royal family was nice to her. The UK embraced her. Like, how disrespectful was she to the UK? Like, they all embraced her. They were so happy. They were so happy for Harry to marry, and they took her under their wing and welcomed her into the country. And then she does that to him. Like, how disrespectful. I mean, if I was her father or mother, I'd be hanging my head in shame. I really would. I wouldn't want nothing to do with her, because if she could be like that with people, what's the point of having anything to do with her? I would definitely not be like Tom Markle Sr. I mean, I can understand he wants to see his daughter, etc., or talk to her, but I would definitely not be like that, because no way. No way. She's so rude, so disrespectful. She's just awful, in my opinion. The way she treats people, like, seriously, treating the Queen, a 96-year-old lady, the way she did, it's just awful. Absolutely awful. Harry's compassion and sense of decency will return if he gets away from his wife. I've seen it with people I know returning to be themselves like they used to be once escaped from a narcissistic partner. That's true. I mean, he may need a lot of therapy after this. I mean, he wasn't in a great place in the beginning, was he? Obviously, he holds the passing of his mum close to his heart, and that really, really hurt him. And now this woman's just come along and destroyed him as well. It is sad. I do feel a tiny bit sorry for him in that area, because, in my opinion, he probably thought he struck gold with her. He probably thought, oh my God, I've got someone, you know, because she probably love bombed him a lot in the beginning and was really nice and really kind and really suckety uppity. And she probably pretended to be like Princess Catherine. And he obviously fell for it and thought, oh my God, I've struck gold. I've got another Princess Catherine, this kind, beautiful person. And then, well, the devil kind of popped out in her. So it is sad. It is sad, because that could be our sons or daughters that get sucked in by people like her. It is sad. It is sad for him, but he was so love-struck, I suspect, that he didn't pull her up on her crap. He should have pulled her up on it. There's nice ways of doing that, but she knew how to wrap him around her little finger. Imagine those kids as teenagers reading all the crap about their parents. Yep, I've said that time and time again too. I think we all think it as well. Like, they're going to read this stuff. They're going to grow up. Eventually they grow up, and yeah, it's just sad. Meghan's expression changed while Charles walked her down the aisle. It was so telling. Yeah, that's true too. And remember, the story was that she wanted to walk down herself the whole way, and then it was said that no, that Charles would walk her down the aisle halfway down, because she wanted to be that confident woman. But you could see, couldn't you, the expression on her face, like she knew she got him. She knew her plan was executed well. How vindictive. Can you believe there's people like this in the world? Like, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Harry got stuck in his emotional thinking and thinking with his little Harry. Exactly. And that's the thing too, and I keep saying it, close your ears if you don't like a bit of naughty stuff. But that's probably how she got him around everything. She probably just raced him off to the bedroom all the time. That anytime he would think something like, was she really a yacht girl? She probably distracted him with that. Like, and then, of course, being a man, he's going to forget after, you know. That's how she probably distracted him the whole time. And he probably thought, like I said, he struck gold with this woman. She's attractive, she's smart, and she's always racing me off to the bedroom. What's not there to love? Silly man. I do believe that a lot of their pictures are photoshopped. I'm not doubting that either. Like TRG said, you're dealing with Meghan Markle, so yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Was it her that did him, or was it her PR team? Who knows? But she was 100% right when she said that. You're dealing with Meghan Markle. She's known to do this. So, yeah, I believe that. I mean, like I said, I'm no photo expert at all. You have to point it out. Once you do point it out, actually, she did have one on there that I think it was Tom and Meghan when they were younger together, and there was an extra leg or something, or the leg was weird. I could spot that straight away. I was like, yeah, that's pretty dodgy. Like, seriously. But she was right in saying you're dealing with Meghan Markle. And let's face it, yes, the Markles have not been honest. Stories change all the time. So lots of things could have happened. But were they done on purpose too? That's the other thing. Were these photos done on purpose for a diversion? Like if these photos are all photoshopped, which a lot of them are proven to be photoshopped, were they done on purpose so it's a big diversion, so you go and look at that and keep talking about that while they do everything else behind the scenes? Do you know what I'm saying? Just like they're puff pieces. Let's talk about this rubbish while we do this over here. I prefer the term my shit don't stick. Well, okay. Well, hate and his todger come first. Yeah, it's pretty gross how he calls it that, isn't it? It's pretty disgusting. And the fact that he spoke about his brother's bits as well in a book, that is just, I mean, they're royal. No one should be talking like that. I mean, in your private space, maybe. But out in the public and royals, how embarrassing. How embarrassing. Personally, I think is in rehab to improve his image. I don't believe they are divorcing, as she won't care. Yeah, I thought he might be in rehab too. Maybe for a drug problem, but who knows? The man could have possibly, unfortunately, had a mental health issue, because look at what he's been through with her. I'm not sticking up for him. Please don't get me wrong. He's certainly not helped his own situation, but he's very pompous, and it's not exactly worldly. He's not very streetwise, I should say. Probably not streetwise at all. Yep, I couldn't finish Spare because of that reason. Yeah, it's just gross. Like, the things he said in there were pretty disgusting. And I read the book, and then I actually listened to it on audiobook as well, just to see if I missed anything. And it was even worse listening to it in your ears. It's like, what are you saying? And the way he described the birth, this is supposed to be the most beautiful time in your life when your first child comes, or any child, but your first child in particular, when they come into the world. And the way he described it was like, that's gross. Like I said, it's like Meghan looked over what he had written down and said, yeah, that'll do, they'll believe you. People have gone back to early days, and most of them seem to have been photoshopped. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Why would they do that though? Why would they need to Photoshop everything? I just don't understand the reasoning behind that, the mentality. What are they trying to prove from that? Is it, what is it? Like, what are they trying to prove by photoshopping such early photos? I don't understand what they're trying to prove. Like, why would she do that? That book was a huge mistake for him. Yeah, because he had a lot of confessions in there, didn't he? Oh no, sorry, Mr. Visa Man, I don't use drugs. Yeah, you do. It's in your book. Maybe not divorcing yet, but rumours are his friends are helping him stay distant from Meghan, and he has a breather relief from being with her. It's quite sad, isn't it? It is really sad, to be honest. Anyone who's been with a narcissist will totally understand how hard it is to get away, and once you do, life feels safe. Yet trusting again is hard. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's really going to be damaged, which is sad. And who's going to want her after all this? Like, imagine wanting to date her after all this. I mean, there was a story, I don't know where I read it actually, about Meghan having some kind of, not mental health issue, some kind of personality disorder. I don't know where I read it. When I find the article, I'll post it. But apparently she was diagnosed with something in her early 30s. Yeah, some kind of disorder. Because really, you can't be that sane, can you? Maybe instead of Rachel Zane, it should have been Rachel Insane. That's the other thing. She probably used Rachel on the yacht, and then that's probably why she changed to Meghan. Oh, I'm only known as Rachel on the yacht girl. The Heritage Foundation hasn't finished with him yet. It's been written. It's another thing too. Yeah, I do believe. Well, of course, Meghan would have to have some kind of disorder because normal people don't carry on like this. Normal people don't be so disrespectful, for starters. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Let's just go into Buckingham Palace and think we can rule the world. Not. He wrote like he was 12 years old and is a huge arsehole, selfish, elitist, ageist, racist, and more. I totally agree with that comment. I've often thought about that too, like obviously working with children in the past, the trauma that they have sometimes. I often wonder with Harry, what I'm trying to say with Harry is it's like he was in such shock when Diana died. It's like he froze there. Even though he obviously grew up to be a man, it's like he was frozen there and he hasn't grown from that. I'm not saying get over that. I'm saying like he just froze there and he's so traumatized from that. Like he can't move past that. It's pretty sad. How could this guy do what he's doing to his children, staying away from them for a month? Yeah, exactly. They both travel a lot. Why are they always away from two small children? There was an article saying that he's very bored. Like he goes, this was a few months ago, like he goes for a bike ride in the morning, then he goes for a drive in the afternoon. You've got two small children. Why aren't you playing with them, looking after them, homeschooling them, cooking for them, doing normal parenting stuff, taking them to the park? How could you be bored with two little children? Like, seriously, most parents are like, God, I need 5 minutes to myself when the kids are small. Unbelievable. Has been helping to cover the visa case. Meghan saw herself in the mirror and that's why she felt the need to Photoshop. Oh, that's a bit nasty. She is an attractive woman. I've always said she's attractive. But, yeah, she was... yes, interesting. I just don't understand why they would photo... I mean, let me know in the comments. Why do you think they would Photoshop the younger photos of when she was younger? There's got to be a reason for it. I'm not saying they are or not, but if they've been proven that they are photoshopped, let's go with that. Why would they do it? What's the reasoning behind that? To say Thomas Markle Sr. is not the father, or Dory's not the mother, or for what reason? Oh, yeah, I don't get it. To say that they're a fake family? To say that they're really not family? I don't know. He's probably so desperate for respite from Meghan, he's risking leaving them with her. Sounds like he's emotionally wiped out and needed a break. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that he's totally had enough. Because you could see in that last tour that they did that he was worn out. He was just a really sad look on his face, like he'd had enough. And she's all smiles and hugs, and the way she hugs, like who does that to strangers? Goes up with a real big bear hug, close body. Ugh, yuck, get out of my space. She's so vain, that's why she photoshops. Do you reckon at such a young age? Like, I don't know where I've seen it, like the disappearing gap in her teeth and the disappearing mole all in a few photos, like the same kind of photos. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Why would you do that? You should embrace what you look like. Imagine being, I don't know how old she was in those photos, but imagine being a teenager. Oh, quick, get rid of this blemish here and this blemish there. God, that surf video had errors all over it. Yeah, that actually looked really fake. That really did look fake. It was stupid. It was like it was for a commercial. Harry the handbag, poor guy. Yeah, he thought he was spare before, but he's going to be spare change soon if this rumour mill is true. Unfortunately, it's pretty sad. She's the nanny's job. That's the nanny's job. Oh, to look after the children, the nanny's job. Yeah, but look, would you really have the nannies do absolutely everything, no matter how much money you got? I mean, does anyone watch Real Wives of Beverly Hills or whatever it's called? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Even some of those mums, they do all the chores themselves. And they can afford nannies. Like, seriously, why would you have nannies 24/7? Wouldn't you want to interact with your own children? I mean, that's my way of thinking. But then again, I don't need nannies. My children are grown up. No. The hugging thing is definitely not because she's a hugger. Only evil approaches strangers without permission or relationship of the sort. That is so true. Like, I would never just go up to someone and hug them. Like, never. Like, you would ask. If you really wanted to give someone a hug, if they were emotional or whatever, you would actually ask, do you mind if I give you a hug or whatever? You don't just go in for the kill. I'm going to hug you and I'm going to hug you so tight and not let you go. And she always has to touch people. Even when she's talking to someone, she's got to touch their arms or touch their shoulder. Like, that's creepy. It's so creepy. She's a freak, in my opinion. Pat walk might happen soon. What, to the divorce courts? A pat walk with their big bag. What's with the big bag she carries? It's like she's got to put 10 loads of groceries in a big bag. Like, it's a massive bag. Like, how big a lip gloss does she need? Seriously. Yep, I agree. It's odd. I sometimes think the kids don't even exist. Well, I think they do. Wouldn't it be funny if they don't? I think they do. I just don't think they didn't come the way that they portrayed for them to come. Her hugging is having control, possibly. Yeah, it's like I'm the nicest person here. Oh my God, I need to hug you. Get lost. Get out of my space. Did they send the drums or money for the drums? They promised the Colombian children. Yeah, and wasn't it a basketball court as well? They probably didn't send anything because they're too busy spending the money that is put into that charity. Like, who did they actually give this money to? Where's the proof that they're actually providing for anybody or giving any money to charity? Like, seriously? And then he says he's going to go to, which hasn't happened yet, nothing's come out that I've seen, to where the hurricanes were. Like, really? You're going to go there and give water to people? You've got millions of dollars. Why not donate for food and clothes and helping them rebuild and shelter for people? Like, no, I'm just going to go there and donate water. What is that? It's just so, they're just so degrading. Like, they're just, I don't understand them. I'm American. We are not her kind of huggers. She does it to get people off their game. He's going to call you out for a hug. Gross. I wouldn't want her to hug either. That is a very good point. It's probably actually why she does it. That's a really good point. Duchess Leisha. I hope I said that right. Meghan's so lazy, she may be happy for staff to do everything while she scrolls social media for those talking about her. Yeah, there's a point. She gave it away talking about mothers, endless scrolling, like they'd have the time. Stephanie Barrett. Yeah, that's true. She probably sits on social media all day and watches YouTube all day. What are they saying about me now? I wish the IRS would look into them. They have unlimited funds, basically. Pick a number. They have more than that. I agree. They need to donate more actual money. Yes, they do need to donate actual more money. Do good deeds. Do good. Like, if you had millions and millions of dollars, why would you not go to the hurricane affected areas and actually donate what they need? Give people what they need. Like, I would. In a heartbeat, I would. I wouldn't even think about it. But, oh no, not them. Too busy paying for these puff pieces and bullshit stories and pretending to have children and pretending people are racist, etc. The big bag is to fit all her bot phones in. That's probably true. She's probably got all these phones with all these SIM cards. Quick, who can I hassle now? Who can I hassle now? Freaking loony. Like, those bags are massive. Who carries a big bag like that? I believe you, and we all would if we had it. Yeah, I would. I would definitely be the first one out there. I mean, I give anyway, and I help people anyway because that's what you do in life. That's how I was raised. If I see someone that needs food, I'm going to give them food. I'm not going to just go, oh, go find this charity over there, or I'll just give you a bottle of water. No way. No way. When I was in hospital, my husband picked me up. It was, when we were coming back. It was in the middle of the night, actually. Excuse me. Got a tickle. And we were driving. He was driving home, and we seen a homeless person. It was like 2:30 in the morning. And I said to him, quick, go back. Let's go get him some food, some hot food, because it was a cold night. My husband's like, you sure? I said, of course. Like, who cares if they're drunk or whatever, because, you know, he worries about security if they're going to turn around and be nasty. But we did. We went and got him some food from Macca's and rocked up and gave it to him. And he was so happy. Like, he was asleep. And I'm like, here's just some hot food for you if you need it. He was so happy. That's what you do. But they don't seem to do this charity stuff. They've got millions of dollars, but they kind of keep it really close to them and pay all these puff pieces. It's just crap. Show up, do good, photo op. Yep, that's exactly right. That's exactly why they do it. How disgusting is that? Just pretending you're doing a good deed for a photo. Unbelievable. I always try and give what I can, Linda. Like, I've been known to buy just random flowers at the supermarket when I'm out shopping and just give them to random people. Here's a bunch of flowers for you. I hope it brightens up your day. You know what? We're all here for a short period of time. What's the point of being nasty? What's the point of being horrible? There's no point in it. Right, and that is why I get gift cards for food stores and take them to the store to buy them food and supplies. Yeah, that's right. Why not be kind? It's not hard. What about the Portugal citizens saying that they don't want them to move there? I don't know how true that is, though. Yeah, they probably don't. Nobody wants them. If the divorce rumours are right, I hope the good people of Africa are getting ready to dance in the streets like they did when she wed stupid. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the other thing too. They go to these poor countries where there's a lot of people starving, homeless, and yet they walk around with their expensive clothes on and their entourage of people and all her jewellery. That's just disgusting. I'm sorry, that's disgusting. Even if you had to go to these countries, you wouldn't even dress like that. You would dress down casual, wouldn't you? You'd dress casual and not portray all this wealth dripping off you. Why would you do that when people can't even eat? It's just gross. She's just gross. Sorry, that's just makes me so mad. There's so many people suffering in the world, and she prances around like she's too good for everybody else. Whatever. Her personality is so not good. I always carry a few blessing bags in my car. Yes, we do that too in winter. We make up packages, a care package in a backpack, in brand new backpacks, like a roll up sleeping bag and socks and deodorants and just stuff we put in there. And if we see someone that needs it, we just go, hey, here's a care pack for you if you need it. If you don't need it, pass it on to someone else. You know, there's givers and takers in the world, and we know they're takers. They're definitely not givers. All they give is a lot of shit to everybody. They certainly don't help. Yep, her Cartier bracelet's so gross. Yeah, it is gross. It is absolutely gross. Like walking around with that dripping all off you, and you know people in the back streets of the country you've just visited have got no food. Like, how do you do that? I just can't deal with that. I mean, I feed everybody. That pissed me off, dressed in a ballroom gown. Materials around starving, ill, weak, dying bodies. I hate her. Yeah, I totally understand that. I hate that too. I absolutely just despise that stuff. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like so inhumane. Bananas to cherries, like, oh my God, how embarrassing. Yeah, that's true. Her Trevor Love bracelet is super gross. Yeah, why does she still wear that? That's your ex-husband's gift for your wedding day. Why are you still hanging on to that? I mean, if you want to keep it, put it in her drawer. Why does your husband allow you to wear that? Why does she even want to wear that? It's the question. Anyhow, I don't know. I just don't believe the rumours are true. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm going to be the first one to make a video and go, hey, I was wrong. Putting my hand up. Wrong. But it could be just puff pieces out there because of the elections coming up. I hope America gets the results that they desire, whatever the results they want. Like I said, I'm not into politics over there, even though I will be over there end of next week. We are going over for a family wedding and to do some business over there, which is going to be good. We'll be over there for just under 3 weeks, but obviously that includes travelling time. What are your thoughts on the hospital girls when she turned up and apparently got escorted out? Look, that was just a photo opportunity, wasn't it? Like, really? She just rocks up in that ugly dress. I don't mean to be mean about that, but I mean, if she was a bit more voluptuous, filled it in a bit. But that material, I don't know if I'm wrong, but it looks like that 80s taffeta material that just looks gross. I don't know. I believe she was just there for a photo opportunity, like lots of people think that. But she didn't even give anything. She didn't even give to charity for that, for a children's hospital. You just want to stand there and talk a bit of waffle to the reporter, but you didn't actually open your purse and say, well, here's $1 million to your hospital to help these people. Oh, no. She just went on about, oh, my friends, my school friends that are just having babies now. Excuse me? At 40, mid-40s, they're having babies now? Okay, no worries. Whatever. Liar. If she is 43 or 47 or 49, Yeah, right. Your high school friends that you can't keep for 5 minutes, let alone for 3 decades, are having children now, are they? Gosh, she's full of shit. She obviously doesn't even know how the woman body works. Crazy. Hope you have a wonderful visit and the wedding is stunning. Yes, I can't wait. I love the States. I really do. I love going there. I just absolutely love it. Love, love, love it. My heritage is English, but ultimately I'm American for about 150 years, roughly. That's pretty cool. I was born here, but I'm European, so I'm an Aussie European, even if that makes sense. I'm an Aussie. I was born here, but I still hold my heritage close to my heart, and I'm very loyal to my heritage as well. This is why I don't understand. I suppose that's why I don't understand Meghan denying herself from loving her, both of her, being white and being, you know, a woman of color as well. I don't understand that because have European parents, but I was born here, and I have embraced both cultures, like, because that's what you do, isn't it? That's why I just don't understand why she identified as white and then identified as a woman of color when she entered the royal family. We know why she did that, but why hate that you are a person of color? Like, it's just stupid. Embrace who you are and love who you are. Like, it's just gross. Most of her school friends will be around 47 years old. Yeah, yep, and they're all falling pregnant at the drop of a hat. Just have to walk past that man and boom, pregnant. Whatever. 47, you're well and truly into perimenopause, if not actual menopausal, postmenopause. Stupid woman. Oh, that is sweet to be loyal to your heritage. Yeah, I love my heritage. Like, embrace who you are. Like, embrace your country, embrace your culture. The fact that she didn't like that she was biracial at a younger age is kind of disturbing. I know that kids get picked on. I come from a large family. I'm the youngest. My mum obviously was in her, how old was she when I was 10? She was in her 50s when I was 10. She had me like 41. But I was the last child. I wasn't her first child. And kids at school would say, "Oh, is that your grandma picking you up?" And I'd be like, "No, it's my mum. Like, don't call her my grandma." Why didn't Meghan do that with her mother? Like, why didn't she say, "No, that's my mum," even though her mum was a woman of colour? Why didn't she do that? Why at such a young age did she have that mentality of not liking being biracial? I find that disturbing because you shouldn't think like that as a child. Did she go to an all-white school? Instead of saying that's the maid. Like, yeah. Exactly why she's stupid. That's true. She's a human. That's all about that matters. Yeah, that's right. She's a human. Exactly. Right? Why not embrace who you are? I can never understand that. But then again, I don't understand racism. I don't like racism one bit. I think she's self-centered and makes things up. There was rarely ever making fun of others for being mixed in the US. Exactly. Exactly. Like, she brought all these problems to the surface. Oh, they're racist. Where? Where? In your head. That's the only place people are racist. And I was going to say something, but I'll keep my mouth shut. Seriously, I am born and raised in the US. I've not even seen anyone in all my days being picked on for being mixed. That's exactly right. I mean, we have a lot of mixed people here as well. We're a multicultural country. Millions, lots of people are multicultural around the world in every country. I don't see this racism crap at all. It's in her head. One race, the race of mankind. That is exactly right. We all are human and we should all be loved and respected. But she doesn't know that. I don't know where she learnt this behaviour from. I really don't. Like I said, was it her father? Was it her mother? Was it her peers? How did she turn out to be this kind of person? I just don't get it. Same, my nieces and nephew are mixed. Never a word from anyone, no bullying. Zip. No, to me, it doesn't matter where people are from. I actually love other cultures. I like learning about their food, their culture, their religion. I kind of like it. It's all education, isn't it? It's history. It's education. We all bleed the same colour, regardless of the colour of the skin. That's exactly what my father used to say. And my father, coming over from Europe, his best friend was an Indigenous man, an Aboriginal, his best friend. They got on like a house on fire. Mind you, my dad could barely speak much English, but he managed. And his best friend was an Indigenous man. The friendship was amazing. Like, who cares about the colour of your skin? We like people for being themselves. It's crazy. It's a bit like she's living in the past in regards to racism, like she does for feminism, and talk about women and things like we're in the 30, 40 years ago. That is so true too, like the dishwashing liquid commercial. Yeah, she thinks she's a feminist and she talks about racism. Idiot. I have 5 biracial grandsons. Should I love them less because they are part white? I think not. No way. No way. Absolutely not. Everybody should be loved. I don't care who they are, what colour of your skin, colour of your eyes. Like, really? Interesting now that she uses a ton of tan, though. She can't even get that right. I mean, with all the money they got, you'd think she'd own her own tanning booth in her house. Like, she could just pop in, tan herself, and pop out. Oh, dear. She certainly is a nutter. It's a bit like, yeah, she's living in the past. My heritage is Aboriginal, Chinese, European. I love my mixed heritage. Oh my God, that's beautiful. I get called Aboriginal all the time. I'm very dark. Well, I'm dark. I'm not black. I'm dark and I have long dark hair and big brown eyes. So I get called Aboriginal all the time. It's kind of cute, really. It doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, all the elders come up to me if we go up to Darwin or whatever. The elders all come up to me and chat to me. I love it. I don't care. I have Aboriginal art in my home. I like it. I don't care. I'm darker than Meghan Markle. So she wants to talk darkness. It's natural. She has to lather hers up. Wow, you'd be so pretty. Aboriginal, Chinese, and European. Gorgeous. I love that European dark, exotic looking people. I love that. Especially the little children. They look so cute. We have a church near us, a Sudanese church, and I've been there a few times because they invited me. They said, come, church on a Sunday to see what it's all about and just to mix with them in the community. And oh my God, the children, they're so gorgeous and they dress them so beautiful. Such little gorgeous kiddies. I wanted a biracial granddaughter, but I got a grandson. Oh, I bet you love them all the same. I actually wanted to adopt a child when I was 40, even though I've got children of my own. I always wanted to adopt an African child, but I didn't get round to it. My mum got ill, so I had to look after her. My mum, who adopted me, she was part Native American. Oh my God, I love Native Americans. And part English, surname Howard. She had the high native cheekbones. My dad, who adopted me, married to my mum, German. No racism. No, there's no racism. I love Native American folklore and their music. I love that. Absolutely love it. 98% Irish American here with a German last name. Oh, that's a nice mix. Very nice. Yeah, I don't understand this racist rubbish. I mean, she was the one that seeked out an English husband. She would have known that they could have possibly been ginger haired and very, very white, because a lot of English, Scottish, and Irish people have that skin tone. It's kind of funny when they come here. I've got a lot of English friends here, and Irish and Scottish. It's funny. They hate the heat here. They absolutely hate it. They can't stand it. It's funny, after a while they get a bit climatized and you see them getting a little bit pink sunburnt. It's funny. I'm English, Irish, French, and Welsh heritage. That's nice too. I love Native American folklore too, but my mum was more towards her English heritage, Americanized. Tons of natives that are mixed and Americanized. I love the Native American Indian folklore. I love that. Absolutely love it. When I do my meditation, I always listen to the Last Mohican music. I really like that. I'm married to a Native American. His grandparents were on the, is that Dawes Rolls? That's so cool. The Native American high cheekbones are a dreamboat. Oh, yes, stunning, aren't they? Unless someone is albino, we're all shades of colour. That is so true. That is so true. We all are shades of colour. Like, really judging people for the colour of their skin, like, how old is that? Like, she's the only one that could think of that. Because she's so shallow-minded, in my opinion. Like, no one, like I've said before, and I'm sure a lot of you people have said yourselves or thought about it yourselves, when she first came into the royal family, I never thought, oh my God, what nationality is she? Oh, is she tanned? Is she white? Is she this? No. I just thought, how wonderful. They're in love. How does she think people think? The Trail of Tears. I look nothing like her. She dyed her hair blonde. Got it cut short and curled. So she would look like me. Well, she tried. Okay. I'm white. There's nothing wrong with being white. I'm quite dark. My son's quite dark. My daughter is whiter, but she does tan up. We have a pool. She does tan up in the summer, but she is quite white-skinned. I don't understand how you deny half of your heritage. She's racist. Exactly my point. If you deny who you are, you're the problem, not everybody else. Embrace who you are. Like, seriously. But my question was, how did she become so racist at such a young age? Like, being a child of 10 and 11. How do you become racist at that age? Where did she learn that behaviour from? Because you don't just wake up and be racist. Where did she learn that behaviour from? And at that age, she would have been with her father. Was it her peers at schools? Was it family? Where did she learn that from, is what I kind of think. As a child, you shouldn't be thinking that. My kids, when they were young, and even now, they brought home all kinds of different friends. Like, my son's best friend had no legs. He used to carry his prosthetic legs around on the oval when they were playing on the oval, and then, carry his legs to class for him. There's no racism or being nasty to people with disabilities or anything. She must have learned that behaviour from somewhere, because you just don't wake up and be like that. To match her face for the plastic surgery, maybe? Oh, God. Yeah, that's the other thing. She hated herself that much, she has to rearrange her face. Why would you hate yourself so much? Like, I know a lot of the young girls these days, and sometimes I look at them and go, why are you doing that plastic surgery? You're gorgeous as you are. But they do it because they want to do it and look better, or whatever, make themselves feel better. To me, they're gorgeous anyway, but But she didn't like herself from such a young age. She had to change everything about herself. And now she's trying to be darker. Now she's trying to be the woman of colour, the independent woman of colour. Like, really? Did she? The thing that disturbs me with that is, did she think that she was less of a person, being a person of colour, than she was white? That's what disturbs me. Is because you shouldn't be thinking like that. And that's how she was thinking. And she was going to gain popularity, gain a job, if she identified as white. Why? Why would she think that? Why would she be so shallow to think that a person of colour is going to be less of a person in a job or whatever? She's just awful. She's just horrible. I really don't like that woman. Isn't it more than half of her heritage she's denying? Dora isn't 100% black. She said she's 50 to 60% quite a while back, but probably has denied that since Meghan's 43% Nigerian claim. Exactly. If she was 43% Nigerian, her children, the children, someone's children, would be dark. That's the way to do it. One day I'm the same way. Yeah, it's crazy. I always work on self-improvement and not skin, but my soul. Work on things to make me a better person. Yes, exactly. You know, it doesn't matter what a person looks like. And I've said this before as well in a video. It's who you are as a person. Your personality makes you beautiful. You know, looks are a bonus. If you've got looks, it's a bonus. If you don't, your personality is going to shine through. You're going to be beautiful anyway. She just doesn't like herself. And because she doesn't like herself, she's got to put everyone else down. Look at the bullying she did with Princess Catherine. Like, why? Why would you, instead of embracing that friendship, she's going to be really jealous of her? Why does she want to be a white English person? She's just stupid. And for her to be that much of a bully towards Princess Catherine just goes to show me that Meghan Markle is not a strong, independent woman because she was threatened by Princess Catherine's looks, her personality, her demeanour, her speech, her everything. If you're a strong, independent woman, you could stand next to the most beautiful woman in the world and you could still be so powerful because you love you. And you love the person standing next to you as well and compliment them. There's no strong independence with her. She's catty. Oh, I can't take heat. Oh, grey, redhead. No, my scalp too burns. Oh, dear. Oh, the actual heat. Your scalp burns, yeah. I wear a hat in the pool. I don't like the sun on my head either. I wear a hat in the pool. We do a lot of that in the summer, pool time. Meghan Markle could never compare to Princess Catherine. No, she couldn't. But why wasn't she so confident in herself? She seen her as a threat. I mean, Princess Catherine's drop dead gorgeous, of course, but if you're a strong, independent woman, that's certainly not going to bother you. Certainly not. High cheekbones are a pain when it comes to finding glasses that fit properly. My cheekbones not only touch the under rim of my glasses, but now I have indents on the other side of my head. Yeah, that could be annoying. Jealous of a 3-year-old. Yeah, jealous of a 3-year-old. How stupid was that? Oh, God. Again, abusing children, abusing animals, abusing elderly, abusing people of the UK, a whole country. Really? Abusing her staff. So, are the children safe? I'm just saying, I'm just asking. Are the children safe? Abusing her husband. Abusing the staff here in Australia. Abusing the people at the wedding at their wedding because wasn't there what was there in was there egg? There was something in a cake that wasn't meant to be in a cake and she cracked a mental. Was it egg? I can't remember. Because she was a vegan. Yeah, bullshit. Eating chicken. I suppose chickens are vegan, aren't they? Because they eat grass. I'm just kidding. Well, at least Meghan has been a worldwide example of what not to be. That is true. Diana's only granddaughter thought she'd love her. Oh. You know, it'd be interesting if Princess Diana was alive now, wouldn't it? We wouldn't be in this position. But then again, he's so strong-headed, he probably still would have married her. We wondered what my nieces and nephew would look like, who they'd favour. All three are different shades. It's not racist. Even two white people wonder what kids would look like. Exactly. Like everyone thinks that when they're pregnant. You think, oh, are they going to have my skin, your eyes? What's their personality going to be? It's just a natural thought. And that's another dead giveaway to me that she didn't carry those children, because she would have felt that womanly, motherly instinct, wouldn't she? She'd have that excitement in her soul herself going, oh, yes, I wonder if they will take after my mum, or with her skin colour, or would it have curly hair? Would it have brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes? That's another dead giveaway that she didn't carry that child, because that motherly instinct would kick in, that loving feeling, that nesting, bonding feeling you feel when you're pregnant. That's a dead giveaway, Meghan. Just saying, in my opinion. The hottest man list must be another pay to play, as Harry really isn't very hot at all. Yeah, he probably put that in there. Like, I mean, gross. Sorry, I can't even answer that. It's just gross. But did you all know we all have stripes and spot patterns on our bodies? All of us do. It's just beyond our seeing abilities. This was recently discovered. It was wondered if only animals could see. Well, that's kind of interesting. I have stretch marks. Do they count? So do we have stripes and spots on our skin, both fair and dark complexions? It's interesting. Very interesting. Kind of interesting, isn't it? We are all different, but you should just embrace it. Love who you are. I have stretch marks, love. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have children, isn't it? Who cares? It's a body. You got to love yourself. You absolutely got to love yourself, not like Meghan Markle. Anyhow, guys, it's time. What time is it? It is 9:45 here at night. Time for me to go and hop in the shower, make a Milo, which is a hot chocolate, if you don't know what that is. Okay, Americans, can someone... I should ask my friend, actually, or my family. I was going to ask for a pumpkin pie recipe. I've got to make all these lolly bags for Halloween for the children that come to my house. I do it every year for them. They love it. If H has spots, are they chicken hit spots? Kathy Burris, that's funny. Thanks for the chat, everyone. Thank you. Me too. It'd be boring in the looks department if we're all pure. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? It's nice for everyone to be different. Variety is the spice of life, they say. Anyhow, guys, it was lovely chatting with you. Hopefully we'll do this again soon. Let's see if there's any more news that comes out, or if it was just another crappy puff piece. I think it's a puff piece. Like I said, I'm more interested with the truth coming out of the children and this piece of so-called evidence floating around. That'll be interesting. If that drops sometime soon, that will be the mic drop moment. It would be interesting. Anyhow, no one wishes them divorce. I'm not putting, those bad vibes on them or anything like that, but they both really need mental health help. Thank you. Watch and wait. Yes, we have to watch and wait. Unfortunately, it's been a lot of watching and waiting with these two. They're probably going to put, what's the bet we wake up tomorrow and there's, oh, we're so in love. and they're strolling down the street all kissy lovey dada just to annoy everybody. Pure, otherwise should only be puring metals. Yes, true. Sweet potato pie. I've never made a pumpkin pie. Never made one, but I'm sure we'll make some while we are OS. Why are you going to remove your comment? What's wrong with your comment? Nothing wrong with your comment. Anyway, catch you later, guys. I hope you all have a nice day or night. Look after yourselves. Hopefully we'll catch up again soon for another chat. Let's see what happens. Speak to you later.